So now let's talk about help. Imagine that you actually want to know a little bit more about SQRT function, or maybe a little bit more about get function, save function, and so on and so forth. I mean, you know the function name, but you don't remember all possibilities that function gives you, which arguments to use, and so on. So in this case, you can actually look at the help. Help is just a text that describes what function does, and also which arguments it has, examples to use a function, and so on. How to actually call help? Well, you can call it from console or from your script just by writing a question mark in function name. For example, if I write question mark in SQRT and enter, that's the help for SQRT. You can see that it's a mathematical function. And then you can see that this is not a help for SQRT. It's more like a general help for several functions, including apps and SQRT. Okay. So you can see that that's the usage. It has only one argument always, and it should be a numeric complex vector or array. And then you can see the description, how it works, the examples. So you can actually copy and paste this code, for example, to console and run the example so you can see the result. Okay. And actually every R function has this help. Almost every R function has this help. For example, let's look at cat. Again, just a question mark in cat, and then you can see how it works. You can see cat outputs the objects concatenating the representation of these objects, it means. And then you can see that, for example, this 3 dots means any number of objects. So that's what we also have here, right? So we specified one object, it's text, second object, it's value, the third object, it's text, and so on. So you can specify any number of objects using comma. And then you can see there are also some extra settings. For example, there is a setting separator, which is space by default, and it's how to actually separate the objects, the representation of objects. So by default, you can see it's a space. For example, if I go to cat here and then write, for example, separator equal to, let me use dash, and then I run this, you can see now you have dash in between. So x1 equal to, that's one object, then it has dash, it's in between, then it's x1 at 0, and then another dash, and so on. So you can specify any separator you want. Okay. So this is how to use help. If you don't know a function name, for example, I want to calculate a mean value or average value, and I don't know which function actually does it, you can use 2 question marks. So just 2 question marks and, for example, mean, and then you can see list of all functions which have this word mean, the keyword mean, in the description. Yeah. For example, the first function is called call sums, form row and column sums and means. So you can see mean is in this description, so that's why it's shown here. Here we don't have in the title, but if we go to the description, you will find it. You can see a lot of different functions, but that's probably the ones that we need. It's called arithmetic mean, and then you can click here, and then you can get the description and how to calculate mean. This help is not always user-friendly, I must say, but in general, I think that it's better than nothing, at least, right? And then if you don't know the function and know what to do in R, for example, you want to make a bar plot and don't know how the function that does a bar plot, you can always Google. That's always a choice, okay? In RStudio, actually, you can also search for help in this window. So instead of writing question mark and function name or double question mark and keyword, you can simply write it here. For example, if I write mean, first of all, you can see all functions that starts with mean. And then if you click, if you just push enter, then you will see this. Okay, I can write average, for example. There is no function average, so it will show me all functions that have average in the description. So you can see average heights, average yearly temperatures, and so on. Okay, so that's how help works. Now I must say that R contains a lot of different functions. However, sometimes you will see that, okay, R doesn't have this particular function that you need. For example, in mathematics, in statistics, actually, there is a very nice statistic that is called skewness. It tells you how symmetric your distribution is. And if I want to calculate skewness in R, I just write skewness here. You can see there is actually no function that calculates this skewness as a value. So you can see something linear skewness estimate, but that's not what I need. Okay. what to do if you don't have this function in R? Luckily, R can be extended by installing additional libraries, which are called packages. Okay. For example, if you click here in the packages tab, you will see that you already have a lot of packages. Even though you didn't install them, you installed only R. R already contains some packages. So you can see, for example, this is a base package. This is something, it's a main functions in R. They are all collected in the base package. You can see actually there are many different packages. Some of them have this checked box, and it means that they are by default available when you start R. So when you start R, by default, all functions from this package base will be available for you. Okay. And then you can install a new package if you want. And there are tons of different packages, so let me show you that. Okay. First of all, I make a new tab in my browser and I go to our project website. So you can see this is our project website. Then you can see this is cron. You remember cron is a main library where all code, all R code, all packages, most of them actually, they're available via cron. So I just click Zero Cloud, and then you can see packages here. Yeah. So I click packages, and there are two tables of available packages sorted by date of publication and sorted by name. So I click sorted by name, and that's the packages. Look how many are there. A lot of different packages. Okay. For example, I mean, I have a package for multivariate data analysis, so I can just write multivariate data analysis. And then you can see there are many of them. For example, chemometrics with R, and then there is extract and visualize the result of multivariate data analysis. Multivariate data analysis for chemometrics, that's my package. Okay. So you can see that you have packages almost for everything. There are many packages dedicated for example, biotechnology, biology, economy, social science, and so on. So you can find something that you need. Okay. And then another way, of course, it's always Google. For example, I want to calculate the skewness and I don't know how to do that. So I simply open a new browser, go to Google, and then I say R compute skewness. So, and then you can see that there is some links, for example. So let me click, for example, this one. R bloggers is a very nice resource that actually accumulate different posts related to R. Highly recommended. Now you can see measures of skewness and kurtosis. This is the guy who wrote the post. Then skewness and kurtosis in R are available in the moments package. So that's from the first line we can see. So you need to install this moments package. Okay. So let's find moments package in cron. Moments. Okay. So you can see that there are many of those that contains word moments. I just need to scroll down to M. A little bit more. There are really many packages here. Okay, so this is moments. So you can see moments, skewness, kurtosis, and related tests. So you click moments, and this is the description of the package. You can see it was published in 2015. And then you can see some information about the package. It's not necessary because you can just go to RStudio and install it. How to install package? Again, two possibilities. You either write install packages and then the package name in the quotes. So in this case, it's moments. Or alternatively, you can click install and then write the package name here, moments. Yeah, moments. There is no difference because when you click install, it will run this command anyway. So I'll just click cancel here and then run this. So it finds the package. Now you see no error messages, and then if you go here and look at the list of your packages, you can find the package moments. You need probably to refresh this, and this is the moments, right? Oh, moments. This is the moments. Okay. So you can see it's not in system library, it's in user library, but that's because I use Linux. Okay. So now you can use package moments. If you click on the package, you will see all functions that package contains, and then you can find this. There is a function skewness. So you can click skewness, and then you can see this is how to calculate skewness. Okay. However, there is one important thing about using the packages. If you want to run a function from a skewness, from the package, from the package moments, You cannot just write skewness, for example. Let me just say skewness, I know, 10. Okay. So you can see there is no function skewness, because if you write the function name, it means that this function should be available to R. And this function is in the package, inside the package. So strictly speaking, you need to write the following. You need to write the package name moments, and then 2 colons, and then the name of the function. So this will work. So you can see it cannot calculate skewness for one value, but it doesn't matter. This is a little bit annoying. So if you want to write just the function name without this prefix, you need to load this function. How to load the function? Let me just do it here. So simply write library and then function moments. Okay. If you run this code, now the function is loaded. It also has its own environment. If you actually click here, you can see this is the package moment, so it's loaded here now. And then now you can write it just skewness, for example, 10, and now it will work. Okay. So if you want to use a package, if you want to use any functions from packages, you either write package name, : function name, or you load this package using library. Okay. So that's it. So now you know how to also use help and how to install some new packages. The last thing, sometimes, of course, people who actually develop packages, they release some updates. So you can, it's a good idea from time to time, maybe once in 3 months or so, update the packages. So just click update. And then now you see R didn't find any packages that needs updating, but usually we'll see a list of packages that needs updating, and then you can install the updates. Okay. So that's it. Now it's time for first exercise in this course.